NFL is expanding, or at least trying to. With games having been played in 4 different countries this past season, it's clear what the league's plan for the future is. Earlier in the season, the NFL announced that the Bills, Patriots, Titans, Jaguars, and Chiefs are all going to be playing abroad in 2023 as part of the international series. Now, this is the same international series that has led to the NFL hosting events in Toronto, Mexico City, and Munich. All of these things are a huge step for the expansion surrounding football. But the question is, will we ever actually get an NFL team outside of the US? I mean, when we're talking about an NFL team outside of the US, there's really only one city that comes to everyone's mind.
London Chargers.
In London.
Where are we in the idea of maybe a team being in London sometime in the near future?
But in order to understand why the NFL might be looking to expand in London, we need to go back to why the NFL even started playing games outside the US. So the first international NFL game took place in London in 2007. This was the same time that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell cut NFL Europa. This was NFL's sister league in Europe. It was kind of this minor league that was originally founded in 1989. They played games in Canada, Germany, Spain, the Netherlands, and also the UK. And it was sort of meant to help spread American football to Europe, while also providing a place to develop talent. I mean, in some sense, that talent part sort of worked. Kurt Warner, for example, played for the Amsterdam Admirals in 1998 before winning the Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams just 2 seasons later. Hall of Famers Dante Hall and Adam Vinatieri were also part of the league. Anyways, besides these few success stories, NFL Europa was kind of an epic failure, and it shut down. Why it was is a whole other rabbit hole we can go down at some point. So once they shut down NFL Europa, the NFL starts to play games outside of the US, starting in 2007. But it seems like the league keeps coming back to this one city to host all of the games. But why? Why London? Well, with 31 out of the 41 total international NFL games having been played in just London, it's pretty obvious that NFL sees London as the most desirable market, and more importantly, the most profitable location for a team. But yeah, what makes London so desirable? Well, besides the massive market of the city, that's pretty obvious. London already has 2 huge things going for it: NFL-ready fans and stadiums. The NFL has already allowed the Niners, Bears, Jaguars, Dolphins, Vikings, and Jets to market their brands with in-person events, sponsorships, and merch sales in London. With that being said though, it's clear that one of these teams won the people of London compared to all the rest. And that team is none other than the Jacksonville Jaguars, who just signed an agreement to host an annual game from 2022 to 2024 at Wembley Stadium. And this agreement was an extension to one that they've had for years. The Jaguars have already played in London 4 out of the last 5 years, with 9 total appearances there. So as you can probably tell, they've developed quite the fan base in England's capital. And this makes a move from Jacksonville to London actually viable. But let's be honest, Jacksonville isn't exactly the most desirable city for an NFL team. I mean, even Shad Khan, the Jaguar owner, who also owns Fulham FC, has said that the Jaguars are the home team for London, way back in 2013. And the move could make the Jaguars more profitable and attractive to players by allowing them to build their brand in a huge new market, all while expanding the league internationally. And this potential move couldn't come at a better time for the franchise, as they've had their best head coach to QB combo in the team's recent history. And with all of that being said, the reality is that this is just speculation. We've been talking about potential teams in London for a while now. Over the last decade, people have talked about the Bills, Bucks, Rams, and even the Raiders potentially moving there. But can we even imagine a scenario where any of those teams would move now? No, we couldn't. The point being that the Jaguars are just another team in a list of teams that were so-called relocatable franchises to London. But just like those in the past, this probably won't happen either. Okay, but what about those NFL-ready stadiums in London that we talked about? Wembley and Twickenham stadiums have already held many NFL games, but it's the recent construction of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that massively helps the NFL's expansion plans. This stadium was constructed with the NFL in mind. The stadium has advanced tech that allows it for both a football pitch and an NFL field under the grounds. So you can easily change between the 2 sports, which removes problems like painting the fields if there are back-to-back games with football and football. Even Harry Kane, the Spurs superstar, has been seen advertising the NFL and was featured on ESPN and other platforms doing some promotion for the events. Now, with all that being said, it's pretty clear that the NFL should add a team in London. But what's actually stopping them? Well, adding a team is already not as simple as it sounds. You need to have an owner or a group of owners that are willing to fund a new team, or maybe 2 new teams. And with how profitable the NFL is, that's actually the simple part. They need to find a city that has all the facilities and fans, all of which London appears to have. But does it really? Sure, London has a lot of NFL fans, but many of those fans already have a favorite team. Are they really going to switch their fandom to a brand new London team? Maybe. We don't know. And then you have the travel issues. A new team in London will have to travel an insane amount compared to any other team throughout the season. This is a huge disadvantage, but I guess the league doesn't really care about that. Then again, the London time zone could give the team a massive home field advantage. So you see here how we could go on talking about the good and bad that comes with adding a team in London. And a lot of it is still speculation. But it seems pretty clear that adding a team in London, or even a division in Europe, which Roger Goodell has talked about in the past, would be extremely profitable for the NFL and its owners. So it's probably only a matter of time before we actually see one happen. Okay, if you like this video, there's a few ways that you can support. You can subscribe, follow, whatever, wherever you're watching this. I also write these deep dives and share interesting insights into the worlds of sports business and sports technology that goes out once a week. You can check it out. It'll be the first link in the description below. You can unsubscribe from it at any moment. There's no payment whatsoever. It's completely free. And if you don't want to do that, well, then I guess you can watch the video on the screen right now.